As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my Biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with my Biz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit Verizon.com/business to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes auto pay and paper-free billing and promotional discount. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge. Applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers in January 5th, 2026.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
There is no hood like parenthood. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda Gupta. I'm a former CNN journalist, mom of 3, including twins, and host of That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my show, I interview change makers on their life lessons, legacy, and superpower of intuition, which I call our Mom Sense and Dad Sense. I've had the privilege of working with Mom 2.0, March of Dimes, and the White House, and have had some pretty amazing parents on my show.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton.
It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
That's Total Mom Sense is a production of the Evergreen Podcast Network. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube so you never miss an episode. To join my tribe, visit that'stotalmomsense.com and follow me on Instagram at Kanika Chadda Gupta. Now let's dive in to today's episode. You're tuning in to That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast for parents and caregivers where we can exchange stories to learn from one another and build a collective legacy. I'm your host, Kanika Chadda Gupta, television journalist, podcast host, and mom of 3, including twins. I grew up in a Punjabi home where we loved our Rajma Chawal and spoke Hindi fluently. I learned to read and write it, and I trained in Kuchipudi Indian classical dance and Hindustani vocal music. And I am so proud that I get to pass on these traditions to my 3 kids. This AAPI month, I am proud to partner with Lexus to bring you AAPI Voices, where we'll be profiling 3 powerhouse South Asian women on how they're redefining culture and building community. From fashion to food to wellness, these women are bringing their full selves to the table. Heritage in one hand and hustle in the other, all while navigating motherhood in the modern day. So buckle up, because we're taking you on a special ride. Hi! Hi, how are you? Today's guest knows exactly what it means to own your voice. Thara Natalie is a singer, certified yoga and meditation teacher, wife, and mom of 2. Thara has become a fast friend, and I'm so glad that she's joining us today to talk about her wellness journey. Thara, welcome to the AAPI series.
Thank you for having me.
So happy to have you. Oh my goodness. So many of our audience members know you as the wife and better half of the icon Jay Sean, but you are in the spotlight in your own right, and we want to shine a light on you today.
Thank you.
So tell us about your evolution, starting from your childhood.
Oh, from childhood.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're going to be here for a while. Well, thank you for having me, like I said. And yes, my husband is the Jay Sean. And if it wasn't for my singing career, we wouldn't have met. So I always think it's really important, to talk about that journey and where I came from to where I've come. So we met because I was opening for him at a show in Miami, which was so wild. I had preconceived notions of him before I met him. And I was thinking like, oh, he thinks he's so cool and he's so famous. And then I met him and I saw his big glowing smile and everything changed. and we spent a weekend together with SASA. I always say, like, shout out South Asian
God.
Student Association,
Yes,
because
I
they brought us
remember.
together.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
I went to the one in Houston.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it was the Miami weekend. We met each other over 3 days, just hung out and just understood each other because we were both two kids doing something that no one in our families had ever done before.
Right.
So we finally had someone to kind of commiserate and share stories with, and that was the start of our friendship.
And Miami is like very significant to your story because that's where he proposed.
Yes, well, and that was the whole thing. So we met in Miami, then he brought me back to Miami to propose. When he signed his record deal with Cash Money, they were also based in Miami. So Miami was a very big part of our love story in the early years. So it was really special.
That's so great. And tell us a bit about the proposal, because I think it's going to just shed light on the dynamic that you two share and how playful it is.
Oh my gosh, he teased me for months and months. Being both of us being from Indian backgrounds, mine being mixed, but both having culturally the Indian background. As you know, sometimes your parents have a big part in planning the engagement. So our engagement religious date was set, and he had not yet proposed. And I was kind of itching, like most girls would be, like, when is he actually gonna do this?
Yes.
And he would tease me and put like a sock in his pocket and take me to dinner at our favorite restaurant in New York City. He did that once. Even when we were in Miami for the proposal weekend, he took me out to dinner, tricked me again.
Oh my God.
Like, he was just milking it because he knew that I was like very
waiting for
anxiously
this. Oh
awaiting.
my gosh.
And then finally, he did an unbelievable proposal. He had a video recorded, pre-recorded. When we got back to our hotel room in Miami, the Justin Timberlake special started playing on TV. He knew that that was something that would get my attention. So I was in the bathroom. He's like, oh my gosh, honey, the Justin Timberlake special is on. And I'm like, yes, oh my gosh, let's watch. So I immediately come sit down on the bed with him, and we're watching. It finishes, and then it goes to commercial break, and it's him being interviewed. And at this time, I was just starting to help him in his career, so I was assisting. And I'm like, I don't remember this interview. When did you do this? And they start asking him questions. I'm like freaking out. I'm so excited. I'm like, we need to call my mom. We need to call Jeremy, our business partner. Like, we need to tell them to tune in. This is crazy.
It's on air right now.
I did not know this was airing. And all of a sudden, they start asking him questions about me. But that was weird because no one knew about our relationship because it was secret
So
at the time.
DL,
It was totally on the down low. And I'm like, why are they asking you about me? And why are you answering? Like, now I'm concerned. Because, like, this is our personal life and it's not supposed to be public. And next thing you know, they're, like, pulling up YouTube videos and photos of us. And I'm like, what's... So literally to the point that when it finished, the credits went to Neo, Because of You, which was our song.
Oh my God.
And the credits start playing, and he gets down on one knee. But I'm now at this point so confused that I have no idea what. So he totally tricked me. It was amazing. It was so sweet. I mean, he put so much work into it.
Yes, that's so sweet. And then you still have that video DVD as a memento, you know?
We do. It's really, really special.
It's a capsule.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
It is. We're lucky. Like, so much of our courtship and so much of just our journey together is documented.
And your music videos stay. I mean, oof.
That was so much fun to film. And again, special. I mean, he wrote that song for me because we were dealing with the whole long distance relationship thing and going through, you know, our journey of figuring out what that was going to look like. So he wrote that song for me. He wrote Maybe for me. But the Stay video was really funny because he didn't know I was going to hit him. The director had come to me and said, can you slap him? And then he kicked something and he hit his shin. It was all real.
Yes.
And he was like, I can't believe you hit me. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
It was part
they
of the
asked me to do it. Yeah. It was cute.
That's awesome. Now tell us about what it was like growing up in a multicultural home, because I feel like there's just so much to capture there with the food and the connections and the stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so much more of it now. I feel like it's so special to be able to share, because when I was being raised, there weren't that many kids like me.
Yeah.
There weren't as many as now. I tell Ava, when I see Ava and her friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are like the United Colors of Benetton. I love it. Like, it's so beautiful. Everyone is mixed. Everyone has a little something spicy in there, you know? So it's really cool. But I think for me, it was definitely interesting because I didn't have anyone else to really look to for guidance. So I did spend a lot of my younger days trying to kind of figure out and navigate, like, where did I fit? Where did I belong?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit tricky for me at times, to no fault of my parents. They did the best that they could, right? And their story is so sweet because my dad came here from Guyana and went to college and met my mom in school at college. So, like, they have the sweetest story as well. You know, two different cultures coming together, him bringing her home to Guyana to meet the family, and them all being like, oh, you got an American girl. You know, like, it was really, like, his brothers were all like, oh my God, she's so cool. So yeah, it was definitely interesting. I think one of the things that I love about what my parents did do is that I grew up in a multi-faith household, not just multicultural, but multi-faith. So I was actually raised Catholic, but my mom always allowed me to practice Hinduism.
Okay.
Which technically isn't, from a Catholic standpoint, they wouldn't normally allow that. But my mom understood, and the way that I explained it from a very young age to her was, well, you guys made me this way, right? So like,
she's your combination,
I'm a
amalgamation
combination
of the
both.
two.
So how can you tell me I can only be one or the other?
Right.
I really am both of you. So I always practiced both. And then when I turned 18, I went to my mom and I said, okay, I'm ready to walk away from Catholicism. I want to fully embrace my Hindu roots and religious side. And she was okay with it, because all that my mom ever cared about was me having faith.
Yes.
That was the most important thing to her. She's like, as long as you have faith and you have a guiding light, go on your journey.
Yes.
Which was really, really special. And yeah, I mean, my dad has 9. He's one of 9 siblings. So definitely, like, that is the overwhelming part of my youth and growing up. It was like every weekend with my cousins at a different house, and just hanging out and doing all the things that cousins do, and having the sleepovers, and you know. My mom's side of the family is much smaller, and she wanted the big family. So I think she really embraced their culture. She really embraced the food. She really just soaked it all in, because it was something that she had always wanted growing up.
Yes, yes, I love that. And what are some of, like, the Asian traditions that you're passing on to your kids now?
Everything. I mean, my dad and my grandma now live with us. So they're like, we are a multi-generational
joint
home,
family.
right? So right there, that's everything. The kids have to go to Balvahar every Sunday, which they do not appreciate at all.
Okay.
They don't enjoy it, but I'm like, I'm really sorry. This is the one thing I ask of you that, you know, you might not love, but it's important.
They'll appreciate it when they're older.
Exactly.
They'll be like, thank
you
God
don't get it
Mom
now,
did that.
but you will get it one day. Ava does Indian dance, which is amazing, and I just love that she loves it, and that she really looks forward to.
Yes.
So that's how I kind of get them to go to Balvahar, and then she gets to do Indian dance after, right? Obviously, the food is a huge part of the culture. We do all the different celebrations at home. You know, we hosted Diwali last year at home, and my grandma's with us, so we have all the family come over because she's 99 now, which is wild. So we're like, we have to celebrate everything.
Yes.
And really just soak up this time that we have with her.
That's beautiful. So tell us about the evolution of Thara, where, you know, your identity kind of morphs into something else over time and becomes who you are today.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that it's so important, and I love sharing this for women. Like, we don't have to be one thing.
Yes.
And we don't have to get stuck in a box. And even if we fought so hard for something, which I did, right? I mean, I fought tooth and nail to be allowed to become a singer. It wasn't the path that my parents would have chosen for me. And then after, I'd say 8 to 10 years, of doing it full time as a career, I decided that it was no longer serving my soul, my spirit. And I decided to go get certified as a yoga teacher.
Wow.
Which was like insane.
Yes.
And my parents thought, you've come so far, you've had record deals, you've traveled the world, you've performed in Japan. I opened for Neo in Japan. Like,
oh my God, wow.
I had a song with John Legend. I did all these things, and they're like, and now you're just gonna walk away?
Yeah, because you've made it. It's a
Right?
very small sliver of people who actually do, and it's heartbreaking for those who are like striving and struggling. So
and they were cheering. They went from being not supportive to being my biggest cheerleaders.
Right.
At every show, I mean, my parents would come to nightclubs to watch me perform. It's like they were amazing. So it was hard for them, but one of the things that started happening in the music industry, obviously, like, you're a woman in the music industry, there's always going to be things that we deal with as women that were not easy. There were choices that were put in front of me that I didn't always feel like I actually had a choice.
Yeah.
I was being guided to what the choice they wanted me to take was, and it wasn't always the one that I wanted. And then I found, like, with the media and press, I just wasn't happy with, I would spend the tipping point was for me was that I spent more than 2 days in England being interviewed for this big piece that was going to come out. And then it came out, and I was not happy with the voice that they led with. Right? They find a tagline that they pull out, and again, out of context,
right,
it sounds completely different.
Yes.
And it just wasn't in alignment with who I knew I was. And I no longer wanted someone else to be in control of my voice.
Ooh. Yeah. I love that. And you grabbed the mic in a different way.
I did.
And
I didn't know that at the time, right? It's yoga was my saving grace.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I had anxiety, I had depression for multitudes of reasons that, some of them inherent, some of them from whatever was going on, navigating my journey, being, there was, how many of us? I always say, I think there was 4 kids of color in my high school.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Right? So but that doesn't mean I wasn't successful, because I was.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't care that I'm different. I'm gonna still be number one. I'm still gonna succeed. I'm gonna show you that just because I'm different doesn't mean I'm not like you.
Yes.
But also I was trying to be like you.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? It was this,
it's a push and pull.
It was this constant struggle of figuring out where I belong.
At That Total Mom Sense, we celebrate family, culture, and the everyday moments that matter most. And that's why I trust Lexus. Their cars are designed to make every journey unforgettable. This AAPI Heritage Month and beyond, Lexus honors the strength and stories of our community. Because when luxury meets legacy, the standard is amazing. Head to Lexus.com and follow Lexus USA on social media to find your next adventure.
I found yoga when I was 19, and it changed my life. And I always laugh because I'm like, oh, it's so cliche to say yoga changed my life, but it did.
Yeah.
Because it was the first thing that I ever did that allowed me to just be.
Ooh.
My brain turned off. There was no music playing. I wasn't responding to text messages. You're just there. And you're with your body and you're with your breath, and it was so healing for me.
Yes.
So that stayed with me then through my musical journey. So then when I decided that I didn't want to do the music anymore, the next best thing was to go immerse myself in a 9-week yoga training. And I left everything and everyone. I knew no one when I got there.
Okay.
It was very scary for me.
Yeah.
Very outside of my comfort zone. It was a very quick decision because I called the yoga school and told them I wanted to do the fall training. And they were like, but there's a training next month. And I was like, yeah, that's great, but it's next month. I'm in England right now. Like, how am I gonna facilitate this? And this woman, who I never got to thank, and I always think of her, said, I'll help you.
Okay.
Like, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Oh, gosh.
And within less than a month, I was in Mexico doing a 9-week training. Totally unprepared. Other people had their their books and they had been reading and I just show up like here I am.
Brand spanking new. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
That's so great though.
But I think it was huge.
Yes.
Because I immersed myself.
Yes, yes. And it makes people feel like I can do it too when I'm starting late.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what we always say in yoga. Like, just start.
Just start.
Start where you are, just start.
Ooh.
That is it.
That's great.
Yeah. So that was the evolution.
Yes.
And then I was teaching, and then I started assisting with Jay's career. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward now, 20 years later, I'm his co-manager. So I run his schedule, I run his touring, all that stuff.
You're just like this mom boss CEO,
Oh.
managing tons of, you're spinning so many plates.
Oh, there's so many plates.
Oh my
so many
gosh.
plates.
But you do it so gracefully, and that's not easy. And I think it's because you have this ongoing practice in yoga
100%.
that you can.
Yes.
You don't go off kilter.
No. I have to meditate every day. My kids know that I meditate every day. They know if they walk in the room and they open the door and mommy's meditating, I hear the door close.
Right.
They just know that is a part of my life. They can surely come sit with me if they want,
Yes.
but if they don't want to come sit, they just close the door.
Right, exactly. And they will adopt this practice when they're ready.
Yes.
But I love that you model it for
Yes,
them.
yes.
That's great.
So.
And now let's talk about marriage, because I feel like nobody gets like into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
And dating is so fun, but marriage is really like two worlds and identities coming together, and you're around each other like all day, and you have to adapt and accept, and there's so much that you have to do. So, how have you navigated that with Jay?
I think what you just said is so important. You have to adapt. Mm-hmm. You have to accept.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to forgive. Mm-hmm. Right? All of these things, we have to understand that no one is perfect.
Right.
And we're all figuring it out together.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's wild. Like 17 years under our belts now. I feel very proud of that.
Yeah.
I think that, we work really hard at it. And that's one of the things I tell people always. It's work. You have to be willing to put the work in. Mm-hmm. And like you said, dating is really fun and courting is really fun. And we lived in New York City and we had different apartments, and we would just walk out of the apartment and just walk.
Right.
And see where the day would take us. And let's try this place for dinner. And you just have this freedom.
Yes.
And then you get married, and then you buy a house, and then you have kids. But it's like all the responsibilities and things start shifting and things start changing, and then you have to figure out, well, like, how do we keep that fun and that spontaneity when life has become really structured, and now we have the kids' schedules, and then we have, not to forget, the work schedules and all that kind of stuff. So navigating all of that.
Yeah. Do you have a hack for that? Like, how do you make it so that it's like, okay, we definitely haven't lost the fun because of this?
Yes. So I am big on date nights.
Yes.
I'm really big on date nights. Mm-hmm. I'm also big on like a hotel night.
Yes.
Right? Like I book a show in the city.
Okay.
So we'll go to dinner. We'll check into the hotel. We'll go to a dinner. We'll go to a show. We'll have the night in the hotel. We'll wake up. We have breakfast together, and then we just float around.
Yes.
And again, not having a set time that we're coming back the next day.
Right.
So yes, you have to have care in place. So usually that's grandparents.
Yeah.
If you're blessed and you have that support. And yeah, you're not going to do it all the time, but it's important to have those moments.
Yeah.
To reconnect and remember why it started.
Why? Yes.
Right?
Yes. And when you've grown as a family, you see your legacy right in front of you. And
Yes.
it's like
and it's
the
beautiful.
most beautiful thing.
And the other thing that I think is really important and that I deeply value is this idea of growing together.
Okay.
Because think about it, when you get together and you're young, I was 25, right? Like you get together, you're young. I was a singer. Yeah. And now look at me today. He's had to go through this evolution with me on this journey of me, and now I'm the wellness warrior. You know, like that's not what he originally met.
Yeah.
But he's supported me and grown with me and allowed me to grow and allowed me to evolve on that journey. And I think that that's really important because as couples sometimes, we get stuck on what was versus what we evolve into.
Right.
And then sometimes what happens is you're really busy growing your stuff and he's really busy growing his stuff. And then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, wait, what happened?
Exactly. It's two ships sailing in the night.
Right.
And yeah.
So making sure that I was sharing with my cousin who's about to get married just this week, even though you have two different careers, talk about what's going on. Share about your coworkers. Share about the projects you're working on so that you stay engaged in each other's journey.
Yes. Yes. I'm so with you on that. And we do that with our girlfriends so easily.
Exactly.
All the more reason.
Exactly.
Make sure you do that with your spouse
with
too.
Our spouse.
Yes. Yes. I'm with you. Now let's transition to motherhood.
Yes.
What was that journey like for you? Like, did you always know you wanted to be a mom?
I did. I always knew that I wanted to get married. I always knew that I wanted to be a mom. It was very important part of what I knew my purpose was.
Yes, yes.
But probably a little bit contrary to popular opinion, I was also very clear that I didn't want to lose myself in motherhood.
Yes.
I knew that. So the year before we were going to start trying, I said to Jay, I don't care where we live. We can live in England or we can live in New Jersey, but we're both blessed at that time that we had all of our parents. So I'm like, I don't care where we choose to live, but we need to be near one set of our parents.
So smart.
Because
that's the village.
Too hard.
We need the
village.
You have to create the village.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that time we were in LA. We wound up moving back to New Jersey because I knew that I would need support.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my parents were amazing. His parents are amazing too. We have a beautiful village wherever we are, who helps support us and allows me to still have my dreams while still enjoying being a mom.
Yes. And one thing we have in common is shout out to our friend Kanan, who she delivered your baby.
Oh my God, yes. She was my doula for Ava and it was so special, so incredible. So I loved pregnancy and childbirth, but again, I had a village with me, so I had Kanan there with me, and it was really, really special.
That's awesome. We love you, Kay. And yeah, I think you just embody feminine energy, and I love that about you. I feel that it's so palpable. So as you've navigated motherhood, one thing that I know you've shared, and you've shared this on social as well, is how much of an imprint your mom had on you. And tell us about her and the legacy she's left you, because she's no longer.
Yeah. She just passed, it's 2 years now, and I do share about it because I think it's really important, because I think that people don't talk about grief enough.
Yeah.
We're not, as a society, prepared for grief and for loss, even though, unfortunately, it's the one thing that's guaranteed in life is that we're going to lose people that we love. And I lost my mom unexpectedly. She was only 72, so it was really, really tough for us. But I said that my yoga practice, my meditation practice, it was as if I was in training for 20 years for that moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I really, really believe that, like, everything I had ever done was prepping me to be able to navigate that.
To be still, to accept.
Yes,
yeah.
Because my mom was my best friend. Like, we were complete besties. We did so much together. She was my partner in any business I was working on. She was my sounding board, always lending an ear. And like I said earlier, my biggest cheerleader. So it was a very deep loss for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
And a lot of people really were surprised with how I was able to navigate it and manage it. But I really believe that it was my practices that gave me that space to hold for her. Because even when she was in the hospital and everyone was praying, and everyone would call me and say, I'm praying for her, I'm praying for her, I'm praying for her to get better. I'm praying for her to get better. And then I had this moment where I said, but what if she doesn't get better? Am I going to lose my faith?
Right.
Because if everyone's praying for her to get better and she doesn't, then I'm going to be left
like feeling failed,
feeling
in some
alone,
way.
like
Yeah,
God
like,
didn't support me.
Yes,
God didn't
yes, it
save
didn't
her.
work out.
So now,
Yeah.
you know. So I said to everyone, no, we're not praying for her to get better. We're praying for her highest good.
Ooh, wow.
That's out of my control.
Yes.
I don't know what her highest good is,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I had to shift my perspective around it and understand that it wasn't what I wanted. Of course, we all know what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what her journey was,
Mm-hmm.
and that wasn't for me to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I had done was prepping me for that, really understanding that art of surrender, right? I have to surrender to what is, because I can keep on fighting for what was. I can keep on fighting for what I thought it should have been. But guess what? None of that's gonna bring her back.
Yeah.
None of that's gonna change it. So instead, I surrendered. I understood that the change was here and I had to accept it. And it's all about gratitude. I lived multiple lifetimes with my mom.
Yes.
I believe that because we spoke every single day.
Yeah.
And she knew when she passed, I had zero regret. I didn't have any feelings of, did she know how much I loved her, right? Like she knew without a doubt how loved she was. And what an impact she had on me. And she continues to have an impact on me and my family and my cousins. And there is not a day that we get together that we don't think, oh, if mom was here, oh my gosh, if Auntie Yvonne was here, right? Like it's always, she's remembered, always.
Yes.
And I tell everyone the greatest gift that we can give for her is to continue her legacy. And part of her legacy was cheering people on. She was always so happy for someone else's success.
Aww.
And it was so special.
Right, and genuine.
It was so genuine. And when she would meet someone, she would sit with you like this. She would know your whole life story by the time your meeting ended.
Right.
And then you could see her 6 months later, and she would say, Kanika, what happened with XYZ?
Oh my God.
She remembered. Wow. And people would be like,
that is a rare gift, yes.
So that's
she's my
goal,
kind of woman.
Right? To remember, to support people, to celebrate them, and to make people feel important. That's what she had such a gift for that.
Yes,
so that's how we carry on her legacy.
And you're doing that, and then Ava and Arian are doing it too.
Yes,
you know?
they are. And it's, I think that's probably the hardest part, right? Is seeing them and thinking, oh, but I just wish they had a little bit more time with her.
Right.
Right, of course, and that pulls probably at my heartstrings the most. But again, just telling her stories. This weekend, I made one of the desserts that she used to make in the spring. So I made that for Easter for the kids, and I make sure they know this is, oh, Nanny used to make this for me, and now I'm making it for you, sharing those stories.
That's so special.
You're a visionary. When amazing happens, you see it first. You inspire us to chase a higher standard, because a car that doesn't make you feel something is a car that stops short of amazing.
We're so honored to have you as part of this Lexus series because it's all about family and you embody that. So let's get into a fun rapid fire.
Okay.
Because families spend a lot of time in the car.
Yes,
that
we
is
do.
for sure. We're always going somewhere or coming back from somewhere.
Always.
Okay, so let's kick it off. The first is your dream road trip destination as a family.
We keep saying that we need to get an RV, right? Like get an RV and just do some of the American sites, because there's so much in America to see that we haven't seen yet. I would love to go see the Grand Canyon. That is big on my bucket list.
Awesome, same. What is your must-have snack on the road?
Oh, I have these I have these healthy cinnamon brown sugar crackers
Okay.
that I always have in the car with me. I also always have some kind of a nut, so like
Yes.
almonds or cashews, just to keep me fueled.
Who is the DJ in the car?
Ava has become the DJ.
Oh my God!
And it's such a problem. No, she's actually amazing.
What's her
and it's
taste
been
like in
really
music?
Cute. It's very all over.
Okay.
It's very all over because she has her things like Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But then I introduced her to Beyonce, who's like a little bit older for her, but I'm like,
She can
you
hang,
need
yeah,
you need good music.
Right, right.
And then she has all of the Indian Bollywood. So she creates really cool playlists for us in the car. And she
That's so
loves,
fun.
like, I have to have a really long cable so that she can have the iPad in the back.
Right,
she
right.
Can DJ.
So do you do a lot of your work in the car? Because you do so much between drop off and then school pickup.
Yeah, I totally work in the car all the time. I wish that my car in the front seat would have like a little thing that would come over my lap so I could put my computer on it. Spend
Like
way
a little-
too much time in my car.
Bed and breakfast, but
Yeah.
it's like
But-
a working table.
Yeah, exactly, for my laptop.
Yes.
So yes, I work in my car a lot. I also record videos in my car a lot. I also meditate and nap in my car.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I love that.
Often meditate out on the school pickup line. I'll get there early and I'll
Yes.
put meditation on and I'll just sit there and then I'll set a little timer to make sure I wake up before everyone's beeping their horn at me.
That's great. That's a nice hack. And then how would you say your standard of amazing is in life?
Oh, my standard of amazing. So I am all about glimmers. So glimmers are the opposite of triggers.
Okay.
Right? So it's like looking for the little glimmers throughout your day. So it could be that cloud looks beautiful. It could be, oh my gosh, that flower is beautiful. It could be the smell of your coffee. But just taking that moment to savor it. Because we're often so busy that we miss all the little sparkles that are around us.
Yes.
So, you know, I always say every day is not going to be some fun-filled, incredible journey day, right?
Yes.
It can get monotonous. We got to do the regular things. We got to make the breakfast in the morning. We got to make dinner at night, you know, like all the nitty-gritty stuff that we just have to do. But how can we find those little glimmers throughout your day, those little moments of amazing?
That's beautiful. I think we're all going to take that back with us, and you helped us get back to the present. Thank you. So with that, let's really indulge in the beauty around us and within. In the present moment, we're going to be doing a yoga and sound bath with you.
Remembering that our breath is our gateway.
Thank you, Thara, for bringing us back to this present moment and reminding us of the glimmers. Thank you for tuning in to AAPI Voices, brought to you by Lexus, only on That's Total Mom Sense podcast. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the show wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And follow us at Kanika Chadda Gupta and Lexus USA on social media. Remember to trust your mom sense and dad sense, stay proud of your roots, and keep driving forward. Thanks for listening to this episode of That's Total Mom Sense. You can listen to the audio version wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for That's Total Mom Sense. You can learn more about my guests by logging on to www.thatstotalmomsense.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, where I'm most active on social media. My handle is @Kanika Chadda Gupta. And if you have ideas for show topics or guests you can't wait to have on the show, write to me at thatstotalmomsense@gmail.com. And lastly, please rate, review, and subscribe to That's Total Mom Sense if you haven't already. Thanks for being in my tribe.